Welcome to the Weekly Wisdom. I'm Dean Graziosi. If you're new to this site, welcome. Such a pleasure to have you here. Browse around, take a look at old Weekly Wisdoms. I think they're labeled weekly blogs over here. Up here, you can get my New York Times bestselling book for free. Also, if you want to post, register on this site, which I think is up over here, so you can register and we can remind you of these weekly wisdoms every single week. Hey, I know there's been so much talk about the edge, the edge, the edge. If you were there, great, the buzz is amazing. If you weren't, you're like, okay, Dean, shut up, enough about the edge, I couldn't go. Well, that's why this week I'm doing a live cast to highlight some of the best sections and give you the opportunity to get the entire edge in your hands. But the free live webcast I'm doing is going to rock you. So make sure you set time aside. We'll send out reminders. We'll send out the place where you can register, and we're going to do the entire thing live at my office this week. The time, location, all the information is below this. So make sure you watch it. It's valuable, incredible, and it's free. So I'm excited about doing it for you because I got nothing else going on. I've been so bored for the last couple of weeks. No, not at all. We are so busy. I'm finishing up my new book. I'm finishing up a new TV show. We got so many things going on. I have some new education that's coming out and being inserted into our programs. This is really an amazing time, guys. This is the time in history where we're all going to look back on with those two things that I keep saying. We're going to look back and go, I jumped in 2013 and crushed it. Or I missed out on 2013. And I want to touch a little bit on something that I touched on in the last couple times I was on stage, and I have throughout the years on my Weekly Wisdoms, is really understanding that this isn't about totally changing who you are. This isn't trying to become somebody completely different to be positive and be able to profit in real estate. If you can remember anything from this Weekly Wisdom, remember this. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And you don't have to do this overnight, as long as every day you're making incremental improvements or setting goals or having accomplishments towards the end goal, right? These little tiny, I said this and I talk about it on stage. You know, if this is the path of your life, it's like shooting a gun. If you're shooting at the target, if you want to move, 100 feet to the right when the bullet actually hits 200 yards away, you might only have to adjust the gun 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch. And that's really about life. What you need to realize today is you don't have to change everything overnight. It's not like the New Year's resolution where you got to quit eating all sweets, quit eating white bread, stop the soda, work out 6 days a week, all these things overnight, and then inevitably you do none of them because it's too much. It's about one step at a time. It's about Kaizen. It's about just adjusting a little bit today so tomorrow you're a little further away from where you were, and the next day a little further, 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 and all of a sudden you'll be at your goal, whether that's your first wholesale deal, your first buy, fix, and flip, your first buy and hold, or maybe a bird dog. I don't know what your goals are, but remember, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Each day do a little something and watch the huge results at the end. Be ready for the live cast. Get the information below. Make sure you set it on your calendar, set the time aside, and we'll spend some good time together this week live. I'm Dean Graziosi. I'll talk to you next week.